Hello everybody, welcome back. Jonny here. We're going into another Dead Cells run. I'm pretty excited on the last episode. If you haven't watched it, go watch that. It was a good one. It was long. It was like an hour episode. But we got all the way to... Hello. We got all the way to the final boss, and we had a real shot at killing him for the first time ever. Man, I thought we had it. I thought we had it. But made some critical mistakes in the fight and ended up dying, but we took him down to like a third HP, so exciting stuff. I think we're on the brink of doing it. I think we're basically at a point where we got the skills and sort of the knowledge of what we gotta do and that sort of stuff. Oh, excuse me. I'm just getting through here, if you don't mind. What do we have? We'll take the sinew slicer. I don't love the other stuff. I think we'll hold off on the other stuff. There's sure to be better options down the road. I'm not killing any enemies because we actually have a surplus of gold. Now that we start with 10,000 gold. In other words, we saved 10,000 gold from our previous run. Recycle, if you will. We'll take this. Basically, my idea today is to try something similar but slightly different. So instead of a... No, we're not going this way. Instead of... Did we find the sewers? Is it this way? Instead of going a brutality survival build, we're going tactics survival. Very similar setup, but yeah, instead of a primary melee weapon kind of deal, we're gonna go tactics, we're gonna rely on skills and see how that goes. I think I have the intuition that it'll make things a lot easier for us. And here we are, toxic sewers. Just because of the fact that, you know, skills, you sort of deploy them and let them do the work. So there's a little bit less skill involved, even though, of course, you have to use them in a skillful way. I don't think we're gonna do any of that just yet, are we? We could upgrade it to plus quality. Yeah, let's do that. A little bit extra damage. You know what? It's not very expensive. We'll do that. A little bit bonus damage. You get the modifier here. So yeah, we're rolling a tactics heavy build. And we're gonna try to... I wouldn't say cheese it, but just make it as easy as possible for us to succeed. I don't think there's any shame in that. Here's our time door. Very close. So, in the final boss, if we can, in addition to being very tanky, if we can sort of just worry about dodging the boss's attacks versus also having to hit him with our melee weapon. I understand we didn't have a completely melee weapon last time, but you get what I'm saying. It sort of still applies. Yeah, I have great hopes for the run. I'm not gonna lie. I would be disappointed if we didn't make it, you know, as far as last time at least. But it does happen, you know, it's not a guarantee that you're always gonna make it a little bit farther. Even though it sort of has worked out this way, it's a little bit of a happy coincidence. It's not by any means the way it usually goes. You know, you have good and bad runs, but we always have a fantastic time regardless. As usual, I hope you got your beverage of choice at hand. There's gonna be some talking here. I feel like the oiled sword is pretty good. It also does bonus damage against a bleeding target. Gives us more synergy options. And it's a little bit faster. Of course, it doesn't have the stun that the other one had. But I sort of like it. And again, gives us some synergy options. That is something quite valuable. Oops, got hit by that. So if we get anything that sets people on fire, we're gonna be in a good spot. sort of running through the level quite quickly here because it's still quite critical to get those time doors. By the way, did you know that light behaves both as a particle and as a wave? It's a great segue, I know. It's quite fascinating. If you've never heard anything about that and you're interested, you can go check out. We're not gonna do a grenade build as much as it tempts me. The duplex bow is interesting. So it shoots 2 arrows, but it has no modifiers. It doesn't feel like a great weapon. Oh man, no, we're not gonna do that. Oh man, okay, we're gonna do that. You know what? We're so early on that if we die as a result, we can restart the run and that's gonna be okay. Still going full on brutality. Sorry, tactics. The tactic whip, huh? It's plus damage taken. We're not in the business of taking plus damage. So yeah, if you haven't ever listened to that sort of stuff and you're interested... Oh, okay. Let's restart the run here. I forgot I had the curse. I'm just gonna level with you 100%. That's okay, I didn't like our start, regardless. But we're gonna follow the same strategy here. We'll have a little bit less gold, but we're gonna be in decent shape. Go check out... How does this work? Marks enemy. Okay, how do you mark the enemy though? That's sort of interesting. Oh, when you hit him, huh? Holy balls, wait, what happens? Marks the enemy who takes plus damage. If the enemy dies, the mark spreads. Ooh, holy balls. I sort of like this. And more than one person can be marked at the same time. Okay. Oh, you have a scroll. Hello. And we're back to our build here, and we're back to the story. So, go listen to Lawrence Krauss, or Sean Carroll, or Neil deGrasse Tyson. Those guys explain this stuff way better than I can ever hope to do. But I'll sort of give you the overall, like, high-level breakdown. It's pretty interesting stuff. As it turns out, they did something called, excuse me, the double slit experiment. So essentially they have, you know, 2 slits and they put light through it. If you think of it in sort of abstract terms. Can we get up there? Is there any way? So light goes through it, right? I sort of... Yeah, you gotta go Frost Blast. It's too good. So the light goes through it, and at the other end, sort of the other wall, if you will, we're gonna go Impaler because it's very good. So the light goes through the slits and onto a wall, and scientists can observe how that behaves, right? So the result of what happens on the wall is basically, in some cases, indicative of a wave. And in some cases, we're not gonna grab any of this. And in some cases, it would indicate that light behaves like a particle. I'm not gonna go into, you know, the exact details of all of that stuff, because again, there are other people that can explain it way better. But the implication of this is quite incredible. Because what does that even mean, right? Surely it would either be a particle or a wave. How can it be both at the same time? And this leads, of course, to many different interpretations. The one that I find most fascinating is the many worlds interpretation. The idea being that, just laying out some fundamentals here, that light is not a particle that sometimes behaves like a wave, but rather light exists in that sort of, or the electron in this case, right? More specifically, exists in what they call a probability cloud. So the electron is in different places with different probabilities. And when you look it then sort of manifests into one specific position as if it were a particle. But its natural state is actually that probability cloud, which is fascinating. It's like a complete mindset shift. And the many worlds interpretation suggests that what happens when you observe that electron and then it's all of a sudden beginning to behave as if it were a particle, what's actually occurring, and we're gonna go efficiency here, because we're gonna have some skills that we're gonna utilize. So what's happening there is that the entire universe sort of collapses into one branch, if you will. So when you make an observation of that electron, it now is in, you know, that position, behaves as a particle in that way. Oh, we missed it. That means that our entire sort of universe has collapsed into that state. And there is potentially an infinite number of universes in which the wave function collapsed into different states. So it's this fucking mind-boggling idea. And the most insane thing about it is that this is actually the most common interpretation of that stuff. So this is not like tinfoil talk. This is real talk. And you know, real scientists, this is their preferred theory. Not preferred as in they would love it to be true, as in this is what they think more likely makes sense. It's such an incredible thing to think about that sort of stuff. I mean, obviously it escapes our everyday reality, and we can't even... It's like talking about millions of dollars. I don't know about you, but I can't really relate to that shit. I can't even make sense of those numbers, right? In my head, not really. Not in any real sense. In the same way, the scale of these particles or, you know, anything in that sort of realm completely escapes our natural intuitions. You know, we evolved in the savannah, so to speak, right? Fucking running away from wild animals and surviving rudimentary or in rudimentary ways. So for the longest time we've been prepared to deal with completely different scales. Like we're prepared, our brains are equipped to deal with like the everyday scale of things. So when we put our brain to the test in that way, like thinking about quantum size shit, that's just completely uncharted territory. And it's amazing some people sort of do this for a living. So anyways, I recommend you check out, if you're really interested in sort of learning more about this stuff, Lawrence Krauss has a book, I think it's called The Greatest Story Ever Told. And he explains in great detail how we got to the different, you know, breakthroughs and knowledge that we currently have in terms of quantum physics. He also has a book on how the universe may have come from nothing, which is pretty interesting as well as another topic of conversation. And of course, the other guys I mentioned, Sean Carroll and Neil deGrasse Tyson and others, have also great talks and interviews on this topic. But anyways, just opening a branch for you to perhaps check out if you're interested in that sort of stuff. I don't like that. It's just not a good sword, man. So that's the recommendation of the day. Go check that stuff out if you're interested. Hello, sir. Oh, didn't work out. What are we doing here? I understand we have a better impaler, but it doesn't seem that great. I don't... We'll take it. It's not very expensive, but I'll just register my unhappiness with it. And overall, we don't really have a build. We need a lot here to get going. First off, I would like to have a shield, because the damage reduction is a game changer. And second of all, that would mean then that we would have to let go of the Frost Blast, which is, of course, a house favorite, a home favorite here. Hello. Oh. Wow. Wow. And so what we need is, first of all, ideally a primary weapon that allows us to scale with tactics. God damn it. I hate everything you represent. Heal up. Take a look at the map. Some stuff to the right over here. Oh. It's funny how sometimes the run immediately manifests its character, and other times you have to sort of forge it into shape. Are we going ramparts? I guess we're going ramparts. And these runs are getting long, man. I hope you've been enjoying them. Certainly let me know down below if these are getting old or too long. We can certainly look into cutting them up into 2 episodes if you prefer that format. I mean, it would be easier to me, obviously, but it just felt like some people might be annoyed to not have the entire run. I don't know about the combo, man. We'll just take the HP for now. But yeah, it struck me that some people might be frustrated to not see the end of the run. And similarly, they might be frustrated to jump into an episode and that it's like, it's starting halfway into a run, and maybe they haven't watched the previous part. So for now, we're doing these long episodes. We'll see how it goes. Of course, we do these on a daily basis, so can't 100% guarantee I'll be able to devote this much time every day. For now, having such a blast that it's justified. God damn it. Lost a lot of time. I don't know if we can make the time door here. No, come on. Oh my god, cutting it so close, my man. Okay, got it. Let's start to ramp up our tactics. My philosophy is, if you have the stats, the weapons and skills will come with time, right? You'll find them, you'll buy them, one way or another, they will materialize. Yeah. Man, do I hate that guy. There we go. Deaded. Keep the rhythm flowing. Definitely want to make sure that we can make the time door on the boss. Certainly we're looking for a sepulcher. What was the name of the level? Something sepulcher. Forsaken sepulcher. Definitely looking for that route. That's sort of the ticket for us. Has way better loot. Hello. So immediately there's an elite enemy here, and he's getting bodied by our turret there. It's fantastic. Okay, we now create inflammable oil and poisons enemies. Holy shit. That is pretty powerful stuff. I was forgetting to use my Frost Blast throughout all that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Hello, sir. Get frozen, please. Sure. What is that flower thing? I really want to be able to get in there, but I don't know how. Could you not? There you go. I don't see any way, man. What am I missing here? If you know how to get there, do let me know. I don't mind spoilers here because that's probably something I'll never figure out. I'm pretty poor at figuring that sort of stuff out. Overall though, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with our progress. I mean, making it to the final boss after 7 episodes, I think it was, right? Is really not bad, man. Like if you had told me, you know, after 8 episodes, you're gonna make it to the boss, I would have said I would be impressed. Skeptical, but impressed. And it really felt, I don't know how you felt watching it, but it really felt like we had it. Like we could have won that fight. Had we just sort of played better and that sort of stuff. Again, we don't have to kill everything here, and I sort of am so far, but it's just because it's engaging to do, and I like doing it. But we don't really need all of this gold that we're picking up. I mean, it's nice, but certainly we need to speed up a little bit. Let's take a look. It gives us bonus damage. I think we're gonna do it. We have another way to freeze enemies for now, and we're okay with that, I would say. Cannot proceed here. Let's go back. Also, I've been playing a ton of Monster Hunter. Hello. Monster Hunter with friends. It's been a blast. Of course, some issues with connectivity and so on. But when it does work, it's fantastic. I'll be doing a review on it because I've just been playing a lot of it, and I have a lot of thoughts that I want to translate into a video. And actually spent quite some time working on a sort of a guide video for new players that want to play using the greatsword. So if you're in that camp, that video will be hopefully very helpful. Just telling you sort of the basic stuff that you should be doing in a fight as a greatsword person. Ooh. Victims burn? I don't think we can justify that. I think we could justify something like this. It's good control. Gives us better damage. Okay, we'll go with this for now. I'm not completely convinced. And right now we have stuff that amplifies our damage, so that's fantastic for these early levels where damage takes precedence over survivability. It's not necessarily going to be the case throughout the entire run. In fact, towards the end of the run, it's more about sustain than it is anything else, really. Get parried. See that professional parry? Okay. Man, I love the movement, the rolling and stuff. Damn, dude. It's a bad way to go. I mean, to be honest, I suppose it's not the worst way to go, is it? I can think of worse ways to go than being hanged. A little bit dark in terms of a conversation topic, but you gotta talk about things, right? What would be your worst way to go? Probably like being burned or something like that. Maybe drowning or freezing. That stuff would be horrible. Yeah, when you put it in that perspective, being hanged isn't as bad. Full tactics, man. Never look back. Yeah. Yeah. Black Bridge. I think we still have some stuff left. Let's just make sure we grab everything. Maybe we can't even continue over here, but due diligence and all. Yeah, we can't continue. Down we go. 13 minutes going into the boss. Not really that fast. I did say I wanted to go a little faster. We'll see if we can make up for that. 50 cells. Let's start unlocking some stuff. Blocks attacks while charging forward. Could be good. Velocity? Sure. And then we'll go towards this, I suppose. Reforge. We'll do this. It's doing bonus damage on a burning target, not necessarily usable for us. Let's redo that. We can no longer freeze people, so it doesn't help. We've spent already a lot of money here. Yeah, it's not giving us the synergy we would love. Gotta change that. Now we have two things that would do bonus damage on a poison target. We'll leave it off for now. We've spent most of our money, which I dislike. I like velocity. Running speed duration bonus for kill combo multiplied by 3. I sort of dig that, and that's a new one that we've unlocked, so we're gonna go with that. Didn't use any heals, which is always good news. Let me get a drink of water here. Alright, let's go. The concierge. So you lock him down, you do insane amounts of damage. Wait for that shit to pop. Yeah. Just keep him locked in, man. We're doing massive amounts of damage. Oh. I love it, dude. Oh shit. He's done. I think this is the fastest one we've done so far. What do we have? It's an infantry bow that gives us bonus tactics. Hear me out, right? This is sort of crazy. Full tactics build with survival. Who needs to actually attack, right? You let the skills do the talking. If we're gonna go deep, we're going deep, dude. Didn't go deep enough. 5 seconds away, that hurts my soul, dude. I think it was just cells. I could be wrong. I'm gonna choose to tell myself it was only cells and that we didn't need it anyways. We're going into the Stilt Village. Put our pure skill build to the test. Or skills build, as in we're relying on skills entirely here. Excuse me, sir. We're gonna kill that guy because he's got a scroll. Just going full tactics. Every time we can grab tactics, that's what we're gonna do. Excuse me. It's gonna take a while to adapt tactics. I even think that maybe, just maybe, no, I don't think so. I was thinking about swapping out the buttons. We're doing massive damage, dude, with the bow. I mean, look at this. It's incredible damage. Oh, the parry coming out is brutal. He doesn't even understand what happened to him. Oh yeah, dude. Let's go. And we can sell that one for a pretty penny as well. What do we have? Minus damage received and a tactics thing with an extra jump. Sold. Right? Immediately sold. Oh, we have another door? I don't think I remember seeing that sort of thing. Interesting. Oh, you go one level deeper? Throat slit. Okay. Bad things have happened. The town has seen better days. An extra jump is actually quite interesting in this area. There are some places where it might be the difference between us making it to the top level or not. No way. There's no way you're gonna meet the requirements for me to replace my bow, dude. I have very high standards. Hello. Wow. It is I gotta just tell you, it's satisfying, man. The damage on the bow is, you know, it's just real. It's the best way to describe it. Gonna quickly heal here, make sure we take care of the little maggots. Village key. Going at a good pace. I'm happy with how it's going. Oh, yeah. Still not enough to make that. So, actually not that big of a difference maker when it comes down to it. What do we have that sets people on fire? It's the bow. Very good. So we actually did have something, and we're doing... Nah, we had something that did bonus damage on a burning target, but we actually removed it, which turned out to be sort of a mistake, but we didn't realize we had that ability to set people on fire. Sinew slicer? Not really what I'm in the market for. I mean, it could work, to be honest, but it's just not necessarily my preference. I'm loving the turret, though. I gotta tell you here. I'm sort of digging the skills build. I'm getting into the rhythm of it quite a bit. We're going a little bit all in on tactics. Very soon we're gonna start grabbing points in survival, or is it? Yeah, survival. That's right. In fact, we're gonna do it right now. Man, those bugs never had a chance. Sort of sad. So when we have a key, we're gonna come back, and this is gonna be our sepulcher. Forgotten sepulcher, that's the name. It's gonna be our sepulcher path. Excuse me. Of course, the infantry bow that we have only does full damage when you're close to enemies. Hello. We are basically ready to get out of here. We're just gonna make sure there isn't anything, excuse me, we have forgotten or left out. There's certainly some stuff. Now, we're not gonna grab any cursed chests, because clearly we have proved ourselves irresponsible with that sort of thing. No! Thank you, but no. Okay? Don't even want to come close to you. Okay, die immediately. Horrible death for you too as well. I think I'm just gonna get out of here. We're basically at the end of the level, I'm pretty sure. So going to the right will only just be the access to the clock tower. And we're not really interested in the clock tower as much. Like, the loot there is not as good, generally. Forgotten Sepulcher is automatically 2 scrolls in the time door, if you can make it. And then a bunch more if you can actually traverse the level and stuff. I think we're going sandals, just to have some more options. I do like having another freezing attack. Slows down enemies, inflicts critical damage on targets in water or covered in oil. I think we're going for this. Now the boots, just no. Just no, my dude. You know what, let's reforge this again. It's now doing... No, but it gives us plus damage taken. It's not acceptable. Generates a toxic cloud around the trap. That's fantastic, because we're doing plus damage on a poison target. Yeah, I think that's gonna be okay. We're set there, let's heal up. Another water sip, get ourselves ready for this. Alright. Will be interesting to see how the skill, like the skills build behaves in this level, because you don't necessarily kill things quite as fast because you have to deploy your skills and shit. We do make it to the time door. Very important that that time door is very permissive when it comes to time. I'm gonna start grabbing more HP because we're a little bit low. I would like to be a bit healthier on HP, just to feel safer. It's like that discussion at the same do you play better when you feel safer? Or do you play worse? You know, data indicates... Look at me saying data like I'm American. The data indicates that the safer people feel, the worse they... or the less attention they pay, you know, the more mistakes they allow themselves to make, that sort of thing. So if you apply that stuff to like driving, there are some stats on... Hello. There are some stats... Wow, took some damage there. What do we have? Minus... You gotta take it. Poisons enemies that wound you. It's just the reduced damage is too powerful for us to deny. So yeah, there's some stats with like people driving without the seatbelt actually makes them drive better. Not that I'm recommending anyone drives without the seatbelt, mind you. You know, this is just data. Because people, of course, are more scared and therefore drive sort of more conservative. I think that makes sense in a very primary level. Sort of, it's sort of intuitive, isn't it? Whereas people wearing the seatbelt feel safer and therefore perhaps drive a little bit more recklessly as a result. It's interesting to think about that. What do we have? Oh man, 100% damage on a poison target. It's better damage. You gotta take it. It's how it is, man. It's the reality. It's just facts. It's a better skill. Where are we going, my dude? What am I missing here? Can we go down there? We can't. Oh, we missed a path. Oh, we did have a key. Okay. Totally blanked out on that. Oh man. It's puzzles. No, our worst enemy. Okay, there we go. Get absolutely destroyed, right? You too. Especially you guys. There's a special place in hell for you, I'm sure. Speaking of hell, look at me and my smooth transitions. Do we want to go? I don't think you can justify this, man. I don't think you can. I've been watching Preacher, the TV show. It's very good. I recommend it if you're on the lookout for a new TV show, perhaps. Oh, that's a very good one. It has a very unique presentation. I suppose like style in terms of aesthetics. And the cast is just brilliant. I don't know, man. There's something about it that feels... it's hard to explain. It's like even when there's a bit of a slower episode, you just want to spend more time with those characters. They're very, very compelling, I think. And it's based on a comic book, which I haven't read, but I've heard the representation is quite close to the comics. And in fact, the creator of the comic is involved in the show, and he's very happy with... You know, presumably he's very happy with how it's turned out. Not even presumably, just according to him, you know. Of course, he's not gonna say it sucks if he's involved, but he seemed to be very happy with the direction the show is going. And I actually saw some of the actors in another movie after, and it was like one of those cases where those characters are so good in the show that when you see them in a movie, immediately you identify them with their character in the TV show, which is usually a testament that the character was quite powerful or compelling, I suppose. Like, I've seen Elijah Wood in many movies. Frodo, right? He's Frodo. And that's the thing. He's always been Frodo to me. I've never been able to dissociate him from the character. Because I've watched those movies, Lord of the Rings, so many times, man. So we need keys. How do we get keys? Did we miss... I think we didn't grab this portal over here. Where does that take us? Yeah, we didn't grab that. Okay. But yeah, him as Frodo, such a powerful role. I loved those movies, and I go back to them almost every year, I think, to rewatch them. But we can't go down that way. And we don't have keys? We don't have keys. Where do we get keys? Okay, we can go this way? Oh yeah, there's something to the right that we didn't explore? Man, this level is massive. Holy shit. But yeah, Preacher is a fantastic show. I can't really tell you much about it because it will just sort of spoil things. But it's a supernatural kind of thing with a lot of humor in it, with a lot of... I mean, there's violence, but that's not really the main focus. It's just... I don't know, it's great, man. I've been enjoying it a lot. Of course... The other show I've been watching and enjoying is Better Call Saul. If you watched and liked Breaking Bad, that's a show that you gotta go and watch because it's just amazing. There's something about it's the same creators from the original Breaking Bad series, so you can really tell that their footprint is in that, or fingerprint, I suppose. They've got this super long scenes where it will be like the character Saul, you know, from Breaking Bad. Like, he'll have these scenes where it's just him talking, and it'll be just one giant take. There's no cuts or anything. We did grab a key, so we can now proceed over there. Yes. Whereas normally in TV shows, you get these, you know, huge sort of cuts. Cut here, cut there, and paste everything into a scene. You can really tell that, right? With this, it's almost like it's just one big take. Oh, hello. Oh man, the damage is brutal, isn't it? I love it, man. I love it. Firebrands plus brutality. No. No, man. I'm gonna say no. I like and believe in our build. It's a little unorthodox. So, oh, here's the clock room. But, the only thing I would substitute, now that we're going into a bit later game, is I'll change my green shield. That gives us attack damage. And I would take a different shield that gives us... In fact, I'm gonna grab this. I would take a different shield that gives us... more defense. Or more reduced damage, I suppose, is a better way to describe it. Let's definitely make it plus. Reforge for me. Trap spreads inflammable oil. Victims emit a toxic cloud. It's pretty good. Inflammable oil will do bonus damage with our fire stuff from this. So yeah, I dig it. I can dig it. We're going into the Timekeeper, which gave us some trouble, but since we figured him out, we haven't died to him. So let me have a sip of water here. At this point, I'm pretty confident in doing him. Doesn't mean we can't have a bad run and die to him, but certainly I feel equipped to take care of him. What's the play? You lock him down, right? You make sure to dodge both the hook and the stars. It's gonna do that shit, that's fine. Lock him down like that. We're out of ammo, which is admittedly a problem. But we're just bodying him with damage from the turret. It's not even funny, dude. Look at that. He did get us, that's okay. Can we heal? So another good thing about the turret is that it gives another target that the boss may attack, or may choose to attack. We bodied him. He got bodied. And we got some new stuff. Didn't quite get to read what it was. Impaler. Not gonna happen for us. Not really our build. Other times I would have been very thankful for it. Nonetheless, I'm happy with how it went. Could have gone better. But we did pretty good. Like, the main thing is we understand the attacks. There's no feeling of panic anymore. Which was palpable, you know, before we sort of had the breakthrough episode. We're sitting at 4600 HP. That's not enough. And we have no damage reduction at this point. So those two things in combination are definitely a problem. I think we're gonna suffer from that. We gotta make sure we address those deficiencies going into this floor, or we're gonna pay dearly in the boss. I don't think we're nearly tanky enough for the boss as is. Just trying to be as honest and analytical as possible here. Excuse me, sir. He's a tanky motherfucker. Wow. Wow, look at this. 2 hits, right? I mean, we could even die from these guys at this point. So, to be fair to ourselves, we haven't had the opportunity to correct our build. We haven't had a better shield offered to us in shops or drops. And shop or drops. I'm sure there's a rhyme there. Somebody smarter than I can put together. We gotta play as safe as possible. And sadly that means sometimes cheesing things out a little bit. I think if we move too far away, our turret won't shoot. So we can't do like full cheese strats. Do get a croissant, but gotta watch the guys in the upstairs because they're gonna keep hammering at us. And another problem, of course, is the bow has very limited ammo. So it's not gonna be that good in the boss. Well, we got one key to work with. I'm really hoping. But I gotta tell you, it doesn't look that good, especially if we take damage like that. We're gonna have to heal here. Because this shield that we have doesn't even give us like a force field when we get hit. Is that right? Certainly didn't seem that way. Let's grab this 31% HP because it's gonna be huge right now. Not right now. We might come back if we know we're gonna beat the level for sure. We might decide to buy that. For now though, not really interested. Very important to remember when dealing with the hook guys. If you get hooked, you gotta roll immediately away. Otherwise they're gonna follow up with a massive damage hit. And the timing is very, very short for you to roll away. So you gotta really spam that shit for it to work. Going into our blue room here. Not feeling the hottest. Just gonna level with you. I'm pretty sure we're gonna make it through the level. Although I don't want to jinx it, because certainly things could go wrong. For sure. Whoa! Just look at that damage coming out from enemies. What do we have? Okay. So, this guy, of course, we can handle. We have been infected by malaise. And we already have enough keys to get out of the level. So if we can't do... God damn it, stop! If we can't make the red room, which it seems like we might not, there's no shame in that, and we would be smart to skip it for sure. We're out of heals. It's a bad spot for us. Certainly a bad look. Right. Well, we're completely in survival mode now. I need to scratch my ear. Oh man, okay. Hello, sir. What do we have over here? I'll take the maximum HP I can, I think. At this point, that's sort of everything that matters. Oh man, they're so tanky too. Oh shit. That's pretty intense. Gotta let the turret do the job, man. It's so difficult right now for us. Oh no. Oh no, I don't think so. You know what? I don't think so. Jesus, man. Oh, what is that bar on top of our HP? It's the first time I'm seeing that. Is that the speed thing? We're out of here. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We're on to the boss. Oh, man. How much of a shot do we have? I'm gonna level with you. I don't think it's a good shot. as it is. We can't do much to help it. So all we can do is reforge some stuff. Let's try to get the best combination. Definitely do this. Increases your move speed, not necessary. Burns enemies. It's okay for now. Flammable oil. I like the toxic cloud for sure. Well, the shield isn't really gonna be consequential at all. We could reset mutations, to be honest. And I think we should. Okay, let's reset mutations. Right, we can't grab that. That's already gone. Gonna grab extra ammo. And if deployed, get bonus damage. That's gonna be tremendously consequential for us. I think that's the best we could have done. We have 8,500 HP, no damage reduction. Let me have a sip of water. We're going into it and we're going deep. Do I believe strongly that we're gonna win? Not necessarily. But I don't necessarily throw our chances out of the window. And I'm gonna focus here. I'm gonna be silent for a bit because I want to maximize our shot. So here we go, boys. We have died. That was a terrible performance. Like I said, very little damage reduction, so little room for error. And I've been trying to roll through some of those attacks which can't really be rolled through, apparently. So we're gonna need to reflect on how to tackle some of those attacks. But hey, hope you enjoyed the episode, another long one. Again, let me know what you think on the format. Would you prefer to have these broken down in 2 parts? Or do you dig these long runs? Let me know down below. Hope you enjoyed it again. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.